We hosted rice tasting yesterday. Yeah. I wanted to make sure it was as much as needed. So. Yeah. Well, I think it's directed at us. They sort of look out here tonight. We're going to talk about the budget. There'll be another one Thursday. But I can't make that one. I like it. Yeah. Yes. Tough one. Is that included? Morgan?
Welcome, friends, new and old. We're so happy that you were here with us this morning. Reverend Joel is away, and I'm here with you guys. My name is Nick Walwork. For those who don't know, those who are watching online, who may be new, I'm the Director of Lifespan Religious Education, leading all of our educational content. And so if you have a conversation or questions about that for children or adults or anywhere in between, come see me after the service, though I am going to try to skip out a little bit early. I got a wedding to go to, but I'll try to get your questions. We have our music director, Michael Rosen, and so if you have some questions about the service or music or singing in the choir, music over the summer, I know we've been lining that up, so talk with him, or choir next year. Alex West is our AV person in the back. Katie Julik is our congregational administrator. She's here during the week. She's the one who answers your emails, your phone calls, all of your questions about the goings-on, and honestly, if she wasn't here, I don't know what we'd all do. She keeps us together. Sunday worship is our time to come together to practice spiritually as a community, and so we are here together in all the ways and shapes and forms that takes, right? So old, young, people who have been around for a long time, people who are new and don't know what's going on. We welcome all of you and all of what that brings to our community here together. However, if you are someone who really gets overwhelmed by noise and stimuli like that, there is the parlor, which is out the doors and to the left, a little room that's kind of quieter, has the service live streamed in there. If you need to, if you're a little more wiggly and just feel like you can't handle hanging out in here, maybe you got a conversation to talk about, the library is a great spot for you to go hang out. Service is also live streamed in there. So kids, there's some toys in there as well. But if you are young and just need something to do with, or old, and need something to do with your hands, there's worship bags in the back, and they'll keep you busy in there. And finally, our service is being led today by the Reverend Rosemarie Newberry, who was once a summer intern for us many years ago, and she's here again to talk to us about beauty, and we're very excited about that. Just 2 or 3 quick announcements about immediately after the service. Nancy Lee McClure is hosting a farewell coffee hour in the dining room as she gets ready to move to Massachusetts. So if we want to say goodbye to her, she also has some cake and goodies in there as well. The Green Earth Ministry is leading children and families in planting wildflowers. So immediately after service, get a cup of coffee, a snack, and head out to the oval over on the grass part of the oval. And if you want to know, if you're a numbers person, following the service, Harry Harris is leading a conversation about the budget, next year's budget, here in the meeting room. So you can hang out in here for that. So that's what we got going on today.
One more?
Yes?
12:30, room 204, storytelling.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Great. Cool. And that's it. So let's start our worship.
Hello, hello. Those here and those outside this room. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. I have been here before, many times, but it's been many years. So if you don't remember me, that's okay. My hair color is totally different. COVID did it to me. Right? You know, remember getting roots this big? So, and I'm a retired Unitarian Universalist minister, and that means I get to pick and choose where I get to preach. And when Joel gave me a call and said, could you? I said, yes, I love Muff. It's one of my favorite places. I hear about you and think of you often through the ministers' groups, and I know what's going on with you all. So these opening words by, let's see, who is this? Kim Mason, A Holy Alchemy. Once upon a time, chemists believed they could transform lead into gold or death into life. We laugh or grin or just giggle, but we are also in the business of alchemy, turning loneliness into connection, pain into comfort, anger into solidarity, faith into action. That's the subtle magic of our congregations, a holy alchemy, finding beauty in the ordinary and life in the present. Come, 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 let's be transformed together. Our opening song is number 1024. It'll be projected on the screen. And let's rise in spirit in whatever way rise makes sense to you.
Hey, can I add my Spirit Play kids come up here real quick? They're gonna help me light it.
I always get these order of service mixed up, so I apologize for that. So for the chalice lighting, it is written in your order of service, and I want us all to say it together, okay? Deep calls unto deep, joy calls unto joy, light calls unto light. Let the kindling of this flame rekindle in us the inner light of love, of peace, of hope. And as one flame lights another, nor grows less, we pledge ourselves to be bearers of the light wherever we are. And they're off.
Good morning, everyone. Of course, you can do what you like, but I do invite you can stay seated for this one. This is a meditative song. I will play the tune once through, and it only has 2 verses. In time of silver rain, the earth put forth new life again. Green grasses grow, and the flowers lift their heads, and over all the plain, the wonder spreads of life, of love, of love. In time of silver rain, an butterfly lifts silken wings, and breeze put forth new leaves to see joy beneath the sky of silver rain. When spring and love are new.
Can I call some of the little kids up? I know our beginnings class is still up, studying hard on their 8th principle right now, but all the rest of you guys come on up here. We're going to read a book and have a conversation. A little bit both. Sound good? Where is my child? Okay. All right. How did the voting go before?
Good.
Okay, we'll tell them the answer later.
I voted for 3 of them.
You voted for 3 of them? Is Tammany Hall over here? All right. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. So this book is called, can anyone read this for me? Let's come say it. What is beautiful? So what is beautiful? So we're going to kind of go through it. There's a lot of words in this one, but I'm going to ask them. So the first one, what is beautiful? Is a butterfly with deep colored wings beautiful? Is the red, red rose sticking straight up in the beautiful sunshine beautiful? Is a peacock with many bright feathers beautiful? What else? I don't know. What else is beautiful? What do you think? Nothing? Okay. What? Oh, we got one? All right. Sunflowers. All right. Yeah, that's a good one. Butterflies. Oh, see, now we're coming. Okay. Mommy. All right. Very good. Yeah. Your bed. Yeah, I think that's beautiful too. I like going to bed. Yeah? Kids. Okay. What if we couldn't see beautiful things? Whoops. I know. I'm going to skip a bunch of pages. I know. Listen, there's a lot in here. What if we couldn't see what is beautiful? Could you hear something beautiful? What sounds beautiful to you guys? We got another one? Okay. Oh, right here. Birds chirping. Grace? Mommy's voice. All right, we got a theme. What about over here? Butterflies. Okay. Themes. Anyone else? No? Music. Michael's giving you a little hint over there. I like it. What if you could smell something beautiful? What smells beautiful? Cupcakes, yes. Mommies, okay. Okay, all right, I see what's happening over here. What smells beautiful? Flowers smell beautiful, yeah. What if you can feel something beautiful? What do you think feels beautiful? Mommy, okay. Cats, okay. Slime. Oh, slime feels weird, but all right, to each his own. All right. Hugs. Oh, I like that one. That's a good one. And what if you could taste something beautiful? All right, that's enough out of you two. Apples. All right, I like some real answers. All right. What else? Tastes beautiful. Slime. I don't know if you're eating. What are you guys doing up there in Spirit Play? Cotton candy. Ooh, I like that one. Cookies. Okay, very, very good. Let's see. Why do we like beautiful things? Maybe more than not beautiful things. Maybe we think, our banging pots and pans hurts our ears, while beautiful music feels nice and happy. Why do you think we want beautiful things? Charlotte, you had your hand up. I know you two are going to answer, so. They're nice and they make you happy. Okay. What do you think down here? Flowers. Okay. You're going to do a real answer? Okay. Oh, I got tricked again. I don't know if I trust you two. Okay, Alice. Okay, fool me once, fool me twice. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. See, there's so many words in here. But even if we can see, taste, touch, and smell or feel what is beautiful, how can we really, really be sure that the answer to that big question, what is beautiful? Is something beautiful because everybody says it's beautiful? If everybody says a painted elephant is beautiful, would we have to say that is beautiful? If everyone says that putting mud on your face is beautiful, do you also have to say that is beautiful? No, okay. Maybe what is beautiful is not so much about what other people say is beautiful. Maybe what is beautiful is more about what you say is beautiful. What do you think? That sound right? Maybe? Okay. So, the point of the book, and there's lots of words in it, we can read it afterwards if we want, is that there's lots of different things that are beautiful, right? And to some people, their beauty is different, right? Who thinks putting mud on their face is beautiful? Yeah, you guys, I bet you do. Parents out here, any adults who wants to put mud on their face? Who's going to put mud all over their face when they plant flowers today? You guys do not do that. I did not endorse that. Parents, I did not endorse that. I did not. All right. Oh man, I'm losing control. Who said slime feels beautiful? Who said that? Someone said that, right? Yeah, but to me, slime feels weird. But that doesn't mean you don't make it feel beautiful, right? Beauty is for each of us, right? So here's what I want you guys to do as we go about looking at our flowers, planting our flowers, and go about our weeks. We think about what's beautiful and take a moment to appreciate it, right? Do you know what appreciate means? Everyone know what that big word means? Little ones, right? Okay. All right, we appreciate the beauty around us. And we can see it all over. All right? Sound good? I know Piggy's eating my tattoo. All right. I will let you guys go back to sit with your families. Moms, I'm sorry about these two who are going to come sit with you. But we'll have fun. Okay. We'll keep going. Ooh, got out of control. What do we got? Oh, right. So, one of the things that we have been working on in RE, like I said, our beginnings class is working on a presentation. They will share with you on the 9th what they're doing. Today, we have also had a class called Love and Help. It's a scouting and UU program that Sean Mahoney has led our kids in. And they ran the voting out there. I hope everyone voted for what the offering goes to today, working through our 5th principle, working through all our principles. But because they worked through all that stuff, they are getting some gifts. Sean, you want to come up and give this out to them?
Good morning, everybody. My name's Sean Mahoney. I'm a member of the fellowship here, but we live kind of far, so we don't make it out as much as I would like to. But for the last 6 weeks, with the help of my children, I've been helping run the Love and Help Religious Education Program, which is a joint program that was created between the Cub Scouts and the UUA to help anybody, they don't have to actually be in Cub Scouts, to realize the joys of scouting, learn some more about famous Unitarian Universalists, as well as how they can be helpful for their community. So over the last few weeks, we've gone over all of the different principles, how they can best live by those, and one of the activities that you saw out front was voting on what the 50-50 split is today. So all of the girls that were in the class came up with those different ideas, and Nick was nice enough to give us the actual organization names, and then everybody voted. So we do have some awards to give out before we announce what the split is going to. So I would like to call up Vanessa and Nadia and Charlotte to come up front, and we have some pins to give them. It wouldn't be a good scouting program without some type of recognition. It's one of the key pillars in any scouting program, whether it's Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, or Girl Scouts. It's been my pleasure to help lead them throughout this program. So we're going to go ahead and present them with these lovely Love and Help pins for them to wear. Charlotte is a member of the Girl Scouts, so she can keep this with her on her uniform. And Nadia and Vanessa, if they ever decide to join any scouting programs, they already have their first award. So let's give them all a nice round of applause for what they've earned.
All right, let's do this. I don't think I do well in Cub Scouts. Open up with this pin. We should practice this one. I know, I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. Can I just do this like there? Okay, there we go. There you go. Good job. Okay. Oh yeah, Charlotte, come on over here and let everyone know.
So Charlotte's going to announce who won the vote, and with 51 votes, which organization won?
The Animal Shelter.
All right, so that's St. Hubert's. So our 50-50 split is going to go between the fellowship and St. Hubert's. And if anybody has, I plan on doing these classes again in the future. I let Nick know if anybody has any scouts in their family. Even if they don't attend the fellowship here, I'm happy to meet with them and work as an advisor for this program. So just let me know. Thank you very much.
As a community, it's important to share our milestones, our passages, the things that are going on in our lives with each other. So we will share some of those. I first want to start off by lighting a candle, as is our tradition, for Paul Mitchell, who passed in the beginning of May, a longtime member. And so I'll light this for you. If I can get it. I just want to lift up one from Diana Hart. My Aunt Joanne Wood passed yesterday, gracefully and peacefully, with family around her. We lift her family up here today. And Nancy Lee McClure, as we mentioned before, is moving to Massachusetts, and it is always sad to lose a family member, a friend, community member, and so we'll be celebrating her today. So those are our two milestone gestures. All right, Reverend Newberry's going to lead us in our meditation here.
Oh, let us breathe. Just slow our hearts down. And as each breath comes and goes, it brings us life and it cleanses us. It heals us from those losses that can hurt so much. The breath, so powerful in our bodies, and we so frequently forget it. The breath brings us to center. It brings us to peace. It brings us to love. As we breathe, we are in communion, not with just each other, our unity with plants, our unity with the atmosphere, our unity with the universe. Let us remember to breathe.
Announced our offertory today will be split between the fellowship and between St. Hubert's Animal Hospital, or Animal Wellness Center, I believe is the full name of it there. So give freely as we sing.
I believe it's
Sorry, it's a little, got to get myself organized. These words by Davies are in your gray hymnal. It's the lyrics to hymn number 94, but it's just really perfect to hear them. The hymn isn't quite so special, but the lyrics are. So, what is this life? What is this life if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare? No time to stand beneath the bough and stare as long as sheep's or cows. No time to see when woods we pass where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. No time to see if broad daylight streams full of stars like stars at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet and how they dance. A poor life this is if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. The synchronicity of this sermon that I chose and the events going around this beautiful space is quite amazing, I guess is what I'll say. So, anyone here familiar with Campfire Girls? Yeah, right? Okay. If you didn't know, they were an organization of girls very similar to Girl Scouts. And in my hometown, you got it, there were no Girl Scouts, only Campfire Girls. So instead of bluebirds, they had bluebirds instead of brownies. And I've got a granddaughter that's now a daisy, so can't keep up with them. And the uniforms were navy skirts, white shirts, and red, white, and blue kerchiefs. Now the organization is called Campfire USA. It's been co-ed since 1977. Yeah. And it is over 100 years old. Now, I learned many things from Campfire Girls. Making a fire with the light of only one match. Donut holes cooked in butter and then dipped in brown sugar. How to successfully bob for apples. Yeah, that's what I remember most is the activities. But obviously, you'll see, there were deeper things at work on me. And I wasn't even aware that their mission was building, caring, competent youth and future leaders. Building, caring, competent youth and future leaders. One thing that still rings in my head is one of their songs. And if you know it, you could sing it with me. It's called The Campfire Law. Worship God, seek beauty, give service, and knowledge pursue. Be trustworthy ever in all that you do. Hold fast unto health and your work glorious. glorify, and you will be happy in the love campfire. I heard a couple hums. I heard. Right? Seek beauty. Oh my gosh, this song has a mandate that you seek beauty before work, before giving service, before pursuing knowledge, and before glorifying work. Some of us may have in the past, since some of us are retired, or may currently, or may even still all of us be doing this, is putting other things before seeking beauty or practicing beauty. I know that we need a livelihood for basic necessities and work for basic survival, but beauty is needed for growing our souls and keeping our resilience, especially in really horrific times, which some may say we are in. Now, Maslow's hierarchy would say that basic needs are most important. And for us, most of us are getting those needs met, even if it's not easy. And I would say that if your basic needs are not being met, you contact Joel, Reverend Joel, and you have a discussion with him. Now, at my current phase of life, I have an appreciation of how Campfire might have contributed to the growth of my soul. Now, I am absolutely sure that there were many other influences that created me: family, church, faith, school, friends, culture at large. All of those had an influence. But I want to talk about growing our souls. And I think this is a conversation that we should be having in our congregations. We kind of forget about talking about growing our souls. Now, I don't know what Joel's been preaching to you, so he may be covering this really well, so this is not an insult on him. This is my shtick, you could say. Our association has a program called Faithful Conversations, where two ministers of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, they discuss spiritual maturity. Now, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it's the one that influenced me the most was the Reverend Dr. Kendall Gibbons. And she stated that her choice of 5 spiritual characteristics of spiritual maturity is living in covenant, living in beauty, living with ambiguity, living in gratitude, and living fluent with metaphor. I'm only going to discuss one. And you know what? We could spend hours debating, we good UUs that we are, of if these are the right 5 characteristics and should we include all of them, or if there are more. And Kendall Gibbons actually did expand later, but I have stuck with these 5. I can only remember 5. Barely. I usually get to 4 and forget what the 5th one was. So, and I think it's as good a model of any that's out there, and it's probably better for us because we're Unitarian Universalists. And it comes out of a Unitarian Universalist tradition. Reverend Dr. Kendall Gibbons was president for many years of the American Humanist Association. So comes out of our more contemporary tradition. And I think these 5 characteristics are universal. And this is a way that I want to live, and the way I'd like my family and communities to live, and how I envision the world to live. Spiritual maturity is not an end goal, but a way to live. It is not a mountaintop to reach, but an ongoing way of living and interacting with the world. Now, I think we could develop a whole list of practices of how we want to be in the world that makes sense to a Unitarian Universalist, no matter what the theology. And I believe that this list would be inclusive enough to cover all different theologies in our congregations. But I believe we don't need to look for practices and exercises from religions of the Far East. And for those that have found methods of growing your spirit in those religions, I think it's wonderful. Keep it up. Keep going through the labyrinth if that does something for you, if that works for you. I'm just talking about some of us who have found it hard to fit into our lives or have wondered if there are other ways. To do a Buddhist sit, I can't do. And walking meditation, I'm a little better. But practicing beauty, I can do more often. It fits for me. So I'm giving you something that might fit for you. Don't take away anything. Just maybe try something new. And I have always wondered if there's a Unitarian Universalist way, small w, to grow our souls. In Kendall's list, we find beauty as a spiritual characteristic of a spiritually mature soul, and maybe even a congregation. You know, beauty keeps popping up. There's beauty in this sanctuary. There's beauty being created, grown, sown. That's the word I'm looking for. Sown with the children today, with flowers. But beauty is more than adornments on the walls. It's more than our aesthetic, even though I love what I see and what I hear. I think our Unitarian Universalist saint, Ralph Waldo Emerson, I think he had it right. Never lose an opportunity of seeing anything that is beautiful, for beauty is God's handwriting. Now we could increase that to all the senses because we know that from the book, but beauty leads us to the divine, the holy, the transcendent, something that we all seek. According to Matthew Fox in his book, Creation Spirituality, because beauty is a habit of the universe, it is essential that humans be about the good work of showering one another with beauty and of bringing out beauty of one another. Not to do this is to obstruct the universe's intention. So injustice to me seems ugly. What is just is beautiful and brings back the beautiful that was broken. So, according to Fox and Emerson, we should seek beauty in order to be in touch with the transcendent. The divine intention is part of creating justice in our world. That's a lot to ask. Maybe seeking beauty is something a little simpler. Thomas More, in his 12th book, Dark Nights of the Soul, explains beauty really well, I think. He explains how the spiritual practice of beauty can be an avenue of transformation. Beauty feeds the soul, wakens it, and brings it to life as nothing else can. Beauty is a deep-seated reaction to some meaningful and stunning presentation of life. It stops you and gives you an instant promise of pleasure. But if you have no soul, you won't even see the beautiful in the thick layers of your practicality and in the density of your own ego. All your senses and your full imagination have to be alert when beauty makes its appearance. The beauty of a thing is its depth and meaning being revealed. To perceive that beauty, you need an eye for both appearances and for the invisible radiance. You also need the capacity to be affected, but people walk through life defended against all positive influences. They are not open to the invitations and messages coming at them at every turn. They wonder why life feels empty and meaningless when the problem is not the absence of meaning, but their blindness and deafness to it. Beauty nurtures the soul by serving the spirit. Beauty takes you out of your cramped, merely personal worries and sets you down in a field of eternity. The essence of spirituality is an enlargement of vision. The experience may only last a moment, but in these matters, a moment is just enough. You need a transcendent sense of things, not one that lets you escape from your situation, but one that gives you an added perspective. In this, beauty and religion serve similar purposes, and so it's no wonder that they are so often allied. So we need to be affected by beauty. Beauty gives us a life of meaning. Beauty feeds the soul. This is not external beauty. This is not the idea of perfection in a leaf for a woman's face. This is about the beauty of creation, the beauty of the wonder of the universe, the beauty in simple things and the beauty in the profound. So how do we practice beauty? We know the spiritual practices of prayer, meditation, music, a Japanese tea ceremony, even martial arts. But seeking beauty can be a spiritual practice just different from those that are most commonly talked about. Now, I know many ministers who are certified spiritual directors, and I know many ministers who seek spiritual directors as an act of developing their spiritual life and growing their souls. One minister shared that her spiritual director told her to do something in the arts each week. She went to plays, concerts, exhibits, and she said that she tried all kinds of new things that she had never thought to do before. She tried different cultures and different genres. she was amazed at how some of the newer urban music she actually ended up enjoying. This minister felt alive in many ways that she hadn't before. It, wasn't rocket science. It only required her to pay attention to seeking beauty and looking for it in different places. This continuation from Fox. We all share beauty. It strikes us indiscriminately. It may be when your child was born into this earth, or a simple flower, or a song, or a smile on a face, great act of courage, a dance well done, a child's laugh, a loaf of baking bread, finding a worthy job, or a snowfall. There is no end to beauty for the person who is aware. Even the cracks between the sidewalks contain geometric patterns of amazing beauty. If we take pictures of them and blow up the photographs, we realize we walk on beauty every day, even when things seem ugly around us. There is no beauty for a person who is aware, even when things seem ugly around us. The minister needed only to focus on seeking beauty, adding it to her spiritual practice. She needed only to take time and stare. To cut yourself off from beauty is to cut yourself off of the divine wonder of the universe. Ruth Bates, in her book Wild Communion, has a different version of beauty as spiritual practice. Everywhere I stroll, I say, "Hello, beauty," or "You're magnificent, beauty." Each time there's a rush of recognition and delight. I walk on a carpet of gold with witch hazel leaves, breathing in the sweet scent of a tree's strange spidery flowers. I put my face into a branch full of red maple leaves and kiss one. I study an intricately curled brown leaf hanging limply on a peach maple tree. I walk into the arms of my favorite bright yellow tree. "Hello, beauty." I know you're fleeting in my life. I know as a human animal with limited capabilities, I can't hold you, but thank you for being here today. So reach out and just say, "Hello, beauty," with whatever you see. Or not. I am sure that you'll find your own way that suits you. I'm just providing you some examples. I want to acknowledge that seeking beauty when things are ugly is difficult, very difficult. I'm doing a funeral for a man who was murdered next week, and it's pretty ugly. His girlfriend was part of the conspiracy, as well as her son, and I have been seeking beauty among all of that, and hearing wonderful stories about this man. So in the funeral, it's not going to be about the ugly. It's going to be about the beauty of this man. And I know it's hard. Whatever ugly might be happening in your life, that's just one example. That's around this world and in our news. So besides seeking beauty every week, or better, every day, I think we need to add that we should find beauty in the ugly. There's so many ugly parts in our lives and our culture, and I can easily think of how I want to demonize all kinds of folks. Right? Yeah. It's hard for me to find beauty in them or in some laws and policies or in press announcements, legislatures. Yeah, there's a lot of ugliness. And when you talk about beauty, you have to talk about ugliness. And I struggle that my fear and their fears will not resolve. But I know down deep they love and give and care and are grateful for the blessings in their lives like I am. So finding beauty in the ugly, I think, is the hardest step, but a necessary step. That's why I said this is the way I want the world to be, because I think it's necessary to build a peaceful world. We all need to get past ugliness, theirs and ours. We need to get to a place where we can sit down and listen to each other's stories, and then the beauty of those stories, even though there may be ugliness in it. We need to get to a place where we can transcend our differences. So go be beautiful. We are going to put up the words for this song. It's in our teal hymnal, if you have it at home. We are going to play it through once, sing it through once, and then we're going to turn to somebody and look in their eyes and sing it to them. Because this song is really meant to be sung to others. I know y'all gonna get real uncomfortable. Yep. The introverts just crawled into their shell. Right? And I'm gonna come down with you. All right? So I'm gonna sing to some of you. And we're gonna do this multiple times. And I'm in charge of when we stop. So you get to memorize it and you get to really speak. Introverts are exiting. Get to really speak to each other in a way that maybe hasn't happened before. So thank you.
Stand. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Thank you.